So, Mr. Ornmark, how are the various associations in Europe reacting in relation to the current emergency situation?
We have unfortunately not good enough data regarding this by the moment, because we are not allowed to have any meeting. We are using web for some meetings, but we are trying to cover what happens. And the big problem is that each country have made their own risk assessment regarding the pandemic. Easy examples for that is that some countries allow sauna, some countries don't allow sauna. You can see it in quite easy parts where you, for example, in Sweden we have arm length distance to any other person, but if I go to other countries it's up to 2 meters, and that will be a problem in that case. Sweden is quite open both for building of private pools, and they have been getting all of the public facilities opened through the pandemic. But unfortunately, the last week we have started to close facilities because everybody has started to be more afraid about the situation of the pandemic. We have other countries that have closed the facilities completely, and everything is depending on the frightness you have in the association. We have in Sweden 35% of the population that are afraid of the pandemic situation. According to the American study, it was 67% of the German people, it was 92% of the American people, and hopefully it was not Trump, it was the pandemic they were afraid of. So it is big various, and I would say everything is according to the situation about how afraid you are by yourself. So that it's not an easy answer. Each country have to solve their own situation.
So, what would you say, based on EUSA's big data, how has the European swimming pool market evolved in 2020?
2020 was a year after 2019. 2019, we were reaching a higher level of the private pool market. And we could see that from the beginning. We also, up in the northern part of Europe, we had a mild winter, so the building projects could proceed under the winter time. So we had capacity when it went over to spring. A lot of people started already in February to order pools, private pools, because they could see that the trend was going to be that they had to stay at home. So, and we have heard it from the rest of the European countries that private pool part business have been raising. We have seen up to 60% raise of the volume of pools, but I would say that it's not the number of pools, it is more of refurnishing and get it to work correctly in this period. So maybe something about 20% is up on the private pool part. It seems to be more or less general all over Europe according to the information we get. For the public pools, even if they have been keeping open, there have been a loss of people coming there. And once again, I have the correct figures for Sweden, and we can see they had open, but they lost up to 60–70% of the people coming there through April, May. And then through summer, we get a race where we were getting more people into the public facilities again. And now, unfortunately, it is closing again, and that is because we are starting to get really afraid about the situation. Some of us, we are some people who are not afraid at all for this. It is the normal situation that we get the new virus. Of course, we get more people to get sick, but we cannot do anything against it. It is authorities who make the decision.
And what are the trends and opportunities for our markets for the future for EUSA?
There we again will be into the two divided markets. We are the public pool and the private pool. The private pool have the possibility to get a good raise through this period of time. Everything tells us that the regulation of the pandemic is going to stay for the complete 2021. If we go back to the 50s and the 60s when we had the two big pandemics in Europe, all over the world, we could see that we were defected in 5 years after the pandemic had left. So I would say that the reaction of people will stay until 2026, if I should give a crystal ball answer for that. So if you're in private pool business, keep on getting the products, get in contact with your clients because you have a possibility of a growth of the market. If you're in the public part, remember we are going to stay closed or with low figures as long as we don't get the people to start to trust in us. So an easy example is that we have to change. We have the possibility for hand wash at once when we get into a facility. We cannot go to the toilet for that. We need to be more thinking about safety for people. And it's never going to be 100% sure that that is by science. It is more by heart. So we have a tough market for public pools. We have a fantastic possibility for private pools.
Thank you.
My pleasure, and the best to all of you in Europe, and especially Italy. I'm still traveling, but I'm not allowed to travel to Italy by the moment. But see you soon. Bye-bye.